G'day guys, Buck up in North Queensland. I'm in Townsville as a matter of fact, and I'm here with Karen from Hope in a Suitcase, North Queensland. Nice to meet you, Karen.
Yeah, you too.
You've met my brother before, the Gidgee Gorilla, Ken.
Have, yes.
Down in, when you were working with Hope in a Suitcase down in South Queensland.
That's it, yeah.
You're back home now in Townsville.
Yes.
And you're the lady in charge of Hope in a Suitcase, North Queensland.
Yes, yeah.
Boy, we've been busy for a couple of days now, guys. Me and Russ and Jeff and a few of the Townsville Chiefs guys were out yesterday shopping. We bought out Kmart and Big W, and I went to Best and Less this morning. We got some really good stuff from there.
Awesome.
And I'll tell you what, I rang Roz up before and said, Roz, can I go and buy a Dodge Ram? And she said, what for? I said, I can't fit all the gear into the BT50. That was absolutely chock-a-block. I was going to bring my nephew Nutty to help me carry everything up, but there was no room for him in the thing. So we had to do it. So me and Karen, if we're puffing a bit, we've just been up and down these stairs about 20 times, carrying all this stuff up the stairs. But yeah, as I said, nice to meet you finally, Karen. We talked on the phone and that a few times. Tell us a bit about Hope in a Suitcase. Where did it start? What's the whole concept behind it? I think everyone knows out there anyway. Who started it and how it's just taken off? Unfortunately, it's taken off, but in a good way and a bad way.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a need for it. It started, not quite sure how many years ago, but several years ago by Rachel Clancy.
Yeah, Rach,
Yeah, she's in New South Wales, and she grew up with her parents fostering children. So she saw all these children coming and going out of her home, coming with nothing but the clothes on their back, or dragging a garbage bag full of stuff, old stuff with them, and it was really sad. And so when she grew up, she became a foster carer herself, and then she decided to start Hope in a Suitcase in her little area in the Hunter. And when I became foster carer, I saw the need for it also, and didn't know how to go about doing anything like that, and then saw a Facebook post from her and thought, this is amazing, and contacted her and said, hey, can we bring this to Queensland? You mind if I start a Facebook page and see what happens? Not expecting for it to go where it went. And and we did that when I was down the Gold Coast, probably 3 years ago now, I think it was. And I just did a Facebook page. My son, who's amazing with websites, did a website, and it just took off and went like wildfire, and everyone ran with it. So
it's a fantastic charity. It really is. As you know, it's all for foster kids. So unfortunately, kids have got no say in it. Sometimes they get brought into a world where mum and dad can't take care of them. Sometimes it's from newborn baby stage out of the hospital. Mum said a lot of the babies get just taken away from the parents at the hospital. And I know that sounds bad, guys, but there's a reason that they are taken away from the parents. Could be a lot of different reasons. And I used to look after a lot of the parents out at the prison. So that's kind of gives you a background of why these kids end up in foster care. And it's just, it's just good that these kids go out to a strange home, and it's good to know that guys like you at Hope in a Suitcase can give a little boy or a girl a suitcase with some belongings in there, so they feel like they own something. When they go to a strange house with strange people that they've never met before. Some of the babies probably don't know any better, but some of them are small toddlers.
It's very frightening.
Up to young teenagers and that, and it is frightening for them, but it's fantastic that Hope in a Suitcase gives them a chance to at least go with a bit of dignity and have some belongings, because some of them have got nothing.
That's it. And then we have a little tag on it that says that these suitcases belong to a very brave, resilient child, and that it belongs to them, and that it will go with them wherever the journey takes. So they will take that, because often they go from a couple of homes, because they might go into emergency placement for a night. Then they might go on to someone else for 3 nights, and then before they find an actual home to stay in for a while. So rather than repacking a garbage bag full of stuff, they have this, and they take it with them, and they pack all their belongings, and it means a lot to them. And so many stories of them going through, and some of them go like, now I don't have to share a toothbrush anymore. Or, is this really mine? And who do I give the suitcase back to? And just the joy that it just brings them. They're just so so grateful for that. And that's why we always do new things. People say, what's wrong with quality secondhand stuff? There's nothing wrong with quality secondhand stuff. And as foster carers, we can use that sometimes. But This is something different. We just want something brand new because most of these kids have never owned anything brand new. So we just like to make it something really special for them that's theirs. Because sure, their foster carer will give them things when they come in, but just that thing of them having their own possessions is something pretty special.
Someone asked me in the comment section the other day, Karen, they said, do they have to hand it back? No, they don't. This is theirs. Once they get it, it's theirs for good.
That's it.
Everything from their toothbrush, box of toothpaste, which we've got heaps of in these bags over here. We've got heaps of toiletries, baby wipes, there's all that type of stuff. Dummies and bottles for young kids, underwear,
and we also have to do comfort toys, especially for the younger ones, because it's something special, and then they take that with them, and they've got that something familiar as well that they take into the next home. Makes them feel secure as well.
Pete McMurtry's probably...
The blankets that your mum does, like that's as well something really special for them to have with them, a handmade.
That's it. I'm not going to name everyone out there who donated, but that come from the McMurtry family in Townsville, guys. He's a beauty.
It's cool.
So little girl or boy will get that koala. And Pete and his family have already done up some suitcases and dropped them around to Mum's place, already kitted out, and the stickers come off. That was for, here it is here. So Pete and the family did, the McMurtry family for a 4-year-old girl.
Oh, beautiful.
So there's already stuff in there. There's 22 bags and suitcases here. Some of them have got, someone else sent a nice little suitcase full of kids' books. Nice books and that, which I've seen over here. We've got books, so there's more books to go to the collection. Toys, books, clothing, underwear, toiletries, everything. And you just got to think outside the box what a kid would need. And it's just good. Rach Clancy, if you're watching, you started all this off. You must be very proud. And something I'm proud of too is last time we did a big charity drive for Hope in a Suitcase, a couple of years ago, or a few years ago. And you were the recipient of a lot of that. Through my brother. We raised thousands through the Mrbuckaroonie shirts at the time. I forget how much we raised. It was a lot of money, and we sent money everywhere. Rach Clancy got some down there to do some suitcases down there, and I know Ken, my brother, dropped a lot of stuff down to you at the Gold Coast.
He sure did. In my house, I was like,
I think there was the whole of Brisbane got bought out of little bags and that. And the other thing is the Townsville Chiefs putting $1,000 in. Yesterday, we basically, Russ and Jeff from the Townsville Chiefs bought every little suitcase on roller wheels out of Kmart and Big W, and there's another 15 on order, so another 15 bags still to come.
So grateful.
Guys, there's thousands of literally in these big Crazy Clark bags and all this, and the cardboard boxes over there, which someone did some shopping online at Kmart.
Beautiful.
And that was dropped around to Mum's house. There's literally thousands of dollars worth of stuff here for the Hope in a Suitcase. From the suitcases, there's $1,000 worth there with the other 15 coming, and those bags are chock-a-block full of everything from just underwear to little girls' outfits and that, which were, I don't know, what are they, like $8 or something. You know, that's why we go shopping at Kmart and Big W, because the money goes a lot further. You don't have to go and buy pumpkin patch stuff for the kids.
I think we're keeping them in business.
Yeah, exactly right. And the smile on the ladies' faces yesterday at Big W or Kmart, I think it was Kmart ladies, when we told them it was all for Hope in a Suitcase, they were smiles from ear to ear, you know. It was really good. So we might have a quick look around if we can. That was what I was going to say. As part of that last charity that we did for Hope in a Suitcase, which was massive, another Rachel, I think Rachel Croswell down in Tasmania, contacted me and said, I want to get in on this. She said, is there a Hope in a Suitcase in Tasmania? And there wasn't at the time. No. Well, there is now. And I've got Hope in a Suitcase Tasmania on my Facebook there. So Rach Croswell down in Tasmania. I think it's Croswell. I'm pretty sure. My memory's not real good. It's another Rachel anyway.
Rachel started,
through the Mrbuckaroonie channel, she started Hope in a Suitcase down in Tasmania. So it's not just Queensland, it's Australia wide. I know, and a lot of this stuff goes out. This isn't just going to be for Townsville, this will be for the whole of North Queensland.
Cairns and Innisfail and Atherton.
And who knows, some of it might end up in Cape York for some kids that come
Yeah.
down from Cape York that get taken off.
We get Mount Isa as well. They often ask for us.
Yeah.
The challenge is just getting it to them.
Yeah.
Last time we sent a heap from the Gold Coast to them, and they Child Safety organised to get them shipped, which was good. But yeah, that's just the challenge with the distance, trying to get it up to them. But
So how do you know? How do you know they go, oh, I've got to get a couple of cases ready for a 4-year-old girl and a 6? Who lets you know that information? Who do you deal with to?
So yeah, we work through Child Safety and foster care agencies. So what we try to do with the officers, if we can, is get them to take a set of age groups so that they have them there on hand, ready to go as a child. So they can the caseworker can go, oh, I've got a 4-year-old child, size 4 clothing, yep, and they can remove them and they come with them. And that's the best way. A lot of the officers don't have a lot of storage space, so they don't always take them. But most of the ones we just did in Cairns, we did 130 for all the officers in Cairns and
130?
Yeah, so that was to stock them all up and Atherton. So they all had like about 40 something each, and so they're all good now, and they've got those for a little while, and then they will let us know when they need more. But other officers might just say, hey, look, we've got an emergency placement, especially if it's here and we're local. Got an emergency, we've just removed like a set of 5 siblings. Have you got this? Can we grab them? So we do our best to get them to them as soon as possible.
And I guess the foster parents, when they get the kids, they'll go out and buy stuff for them as well. But
They do.
this will just ease the financial burden on the foster carers as well by just having the
babies.
basics.
It's great because we pick up babies from the hospital as a carer myself, and sometimes it's really like sometimes you get half an hour's notice that you've got to just go there.
Oh, wow.
And so I have a lot of stuff of my own obviously prepared, but it's great sometimes just to have something like that comes with them. And we've got them at the Townsville Hospital, so they can send them home with kids, bubs going into care there as well. Because it helps a carer too for that first bit where you're trying to settle in a child and you're not racing off to the shops to try and, because you often get very little notice. So the child's coming. So
last time we gave a lot of stuff to Hope in a Suitcase, North Queensland. Kate and Jess were running it then. We were a couple of nurses that work out with Mum at the hospital at the time, I'm pretty sure. They were foster parents themselves. They had a house full of young kids and that, and they just, you could just see how passionate they were with giving these kids trying to give them a start in life, guys. And you said some people involved in Hope in a Suitcase, Karen, were foster kids themselves.
That's what the amazing thing about this is, you think you're helping all the children, and that was something, that we set out to do, obviously. But what I didn't realise was the impact it would have on the community who are giving. We have been contacted so many times by people who grew up in the system themselves, and they say they had absolutely nothing. And they carried a garbage bag from place to place, and how it made them feel like garbage. And they said this would have meant the world, and they just are healing almost. One lady said she was finding healing in shopping for these things and packing suitcases and just stuff like that, or people who knew someone who was in care. And then like kids in schools, they've got a lot of schools involved, high schools and stuff, and they're packing suitcases and stuff. Just what it's teaching them about empathy and about the need that's out there and what other kids might be actually going through, and getting them hands-on in shopping for stuff. I try to encourage the teenagers to go shopping for the teens, because often it's hard to, what do we pack, what sort of clothing or whatever people like to give for the little ones, but not always the teens, because they're like, what do I buy a teenager? So I say, hey, get your teens out there and shop for something that you would like and pack a bag, and we've had a lot of them do that.
And get the other kids
doing lemonade stands to raise money for it. It's just been beautiful. It really has.
And what a great way to do something. If you want to do something for charity, at the end of this clip, guys, there is a BSB and an account number for Hope in a Suitcase Australia, and that money will get distributed out as necessary.
That's it.
But if there's a way that your family, your school, your workplace and that want to help out, I can't think of a better charity where you actually get to see where your gear goes. It's absolutely fantastic. And I'll tell you what, you've got a nice facility. We're out in the industrial estate of Townsville at the moment, and you've got a security company downstairs that has kindly let Hope in a Suitcase have all this area for nothing to work out of. What a fantastic gesture that is. I'd hate to think how much it would cost to hire this much square meterage of an air-conditioned building, and they're letting you do it here, and just there you go. There's another way that they're helping you out.
Definitely.
Absolutely fantastic, because there's just too much gear to do this out of your house.
Used to do it in our house, but it took off really quickly, and you could never do it, especially with little ones. So
oh, that's good. Hey, Karen, can we have a little quick walk around before, and then we'll come back and wrap up, guys?
Yeah.
Rightio, Karen.
So we do all our packing in here. We've got all our tubs for different ages clothing, and our toiletries and our nappies and all that sort of things.
Well, everything's laid out, and
try to make it a bit easier when we're going for it.
And those large bags that we've got, I guess your next job now will be to empty those, and we've left the coat hangers on, so you can now go 0 to 3, 3 to 6, and drop them in the appropriate tubs.
And then we go and pack a suitcase, and we know exactly where to go and put all the stuff. So
that's great.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a mess because we've had a cyclone through here doing so many suitcases in the last couple of weeks. Yeah. But
and there's all the Mrbuckaroonie community, guys. Someone said, Buck, make sure you film. That's just from a couple of weeks. I put the call out a couple of weeks ago, and we've come up with that. Another 15 suitcases to go. My mum's crocheted blankets here, guys. I think Mum recently donated 75 to 100 of these beautiful hand crocheted blankets. And there's some more there, some more over in that bag. So they're from my mum.
We've used so many. We love
them. And they're great for putting in a kid's cot. We've got more books in here. One of these suitcases is kitted out with books, so you'll obviously grab those out.
We haven't got too many left now, so our stationery and books and our toys. And as you can see, our cuddly toys are almost empty, so we'll have to stock up on them soon. Wow.
And toys... Someone can go in and spend $50 and get 10 cuddly toys and that.
Yeah, you can get them for $5. They're great. So
getting a bit low, so...
They are, because we put them in every bag, and even up to, sort of 12, 14-year-olds, they just love something something nice to have with them, so...
that's good. Yeah, it's a nice big work. All the air conditioned, which is good.
Yes, so good. And then all our winter stuff and our off-season. Usually we will have all our suitcases that are packed, ready to go.
Yeah.
But we've been cleared out, so
We just had 130 out, so that's why it's looking bare.
Yeah, and 40 more actually went in Townsville as well. So, and now we've got another 2 orders come in from Townsville. So, so this will be amazing because we were out of suitcases other than some duffel bags. So
we got there another 15. Russ will be delivering 15 soon. So
that will be awesome.
All these little, they're $35. I think some are $49, but those little ones for girls, $35 at Kmart.
Yeah, we love them.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, there you go. I'll keep it nice and short. You can see here. And you always know when Mrbuckaroonie does a charity, you always get to see where it's going. I'm not a fan of charities where you put the money in and that's the last you hear of it, and you don't see it. With Hope in a Suitcase, you know that every cent isn't going to you. You're a volunteer.
Absolutely.
You're a volunteer. You don't get paid to do this, so none of the money people donate to Hope in a Suitcase, it goes to buying stuff. And the gear that you buy goes into suitcases, and it goes to child safety, and it goes to a kid, and they get to keep that for the rest of their life, guys. I'll tell you what, whoever gets the Mrbuckaroonie stuff, you're not going to miss them. They won't run away. They're going to be pretty leery. Have a look at the colours we got. Little things like that from Kmart the other day, $5 or something. For all these little nice coloured shorts for boys, even young girls can wear them. We have got some girls' clothing in there. Water bottles, underwear, baby bottles.
Awesome.
Little drink cups.
And they're very hard to get, so that's awesome.
Yeah, so just think if you're ever going to buy stuff for Hope in a Suitcase and donate a suitcase, take your kids, as you said, take your teenage kids or your young kids. And they'll go along and say, righto, we're going to get a suitcase for a little boy your age. What do you reckon he'd like? And they'll pick out what they like, which is probably what another little boy would like. All that type of stuff. So
with the teenagers, we do duffel bags as well. So because they find that really great to be able to take with them on the move. So
and we got a couple of duffel bags there on the roller wheel. So
they're great.
It is good. Last time we got Crazy Dog made us up some nice canvas bags. This isn't the last time we're going to be doing this. We'll do it again down the track in a year or so. We might have another Hope in a Suitcase drive and make it even bigger and better than this one. But for something that I mentioned 2 weeks ago, we've got thousands of dollars worth of gear, and that's thanks to the Townsville Chief, Russ at the Townsville Chiefs guys who came on board and buying all the suitcases. We bought a few too, and I'm not going to mention yous by name in case I miss somebody, but to everyone who sent gift cards, who got orders online and got it dropped around to my mum's place, the Mrbuckaroonie family who drops packed suitcases ready to go for certain age groups, dropped it around at mum's place, and that, to everyone who got involved in this, people who deposited money into my bank account, and that's what I've been doing with that money the last 2 days, has been out spending the gift cards and the direct transfer into my bank account and everything. And I can vouch that there's thousands of dollars worth of gear there, guys. So every cent that you donated went into this, and Mr. Buckaroonie channel threw some stuff in as well, obviously. So you always know when you're donating, when I ask for money, guys, always to do with a charity, and you'll always see that every cent that I ask for from you guys gets to where it's got to go. And as Stephen Webb said, the Mr. Buckaroonie community gets shit done, and we do. We don't muck around, we just
really
make a decision and we just get into it, we get it done. And I'm just so glad, Karen, we could help in some way. I know this will, this will help in some way.
We're just so thankful, so grateful for the impact that you've had.
Yeah.
And especially, right across Australia, really.
Yeah.
Over these last few years, you've just the awareness that you've raised of it. We're just very, very grateful, and to everybody who's helped. Thank you.
They all say, don't work with kids and animals. Well, that's what I do. I work with kids and animals, because when it comes to charity, I can't think of two better things to work with than our kids and our pets and our animals. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah. To everyone who donated, thank you so much, guys. We'll do it again down the track, another 12 months or 2 years. Unfortunately, this is still going to be going. There's always kids out there that are going to need new homes to go to and all that type of stuff. But thank you for all your hard work.
Yeah.
You volunteer your time, and I guess you spend most of your time in here packing bags and all that. And someone's got to do it.
When I'm not with our little ones. So.
Yeah, when you're not with your little ones. So anyway, thanks. Great to meet you. We'll see you again down the track. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
And bloody thank you again for everyone who chipped in and helped with this one. See you later, eh? Bye now.
See ya.